Name of the story is The Beggar, and in previous session we read that there was a man whose name is Lashkov, and Sergey is a person who is advocate, and when he saw a Lashkov begging, he decided to give him some work so that he can do something for earning money and leave the work of begging. And now he took him to his cook and told the cook to give him the work of chopping the wood. Now, what happened? The scarecrow of a beggar shrugged his shoulders. Shrugged means shook, like to show that maybe he's not interested, maybe he doesn't know what to do. So he shook his shoulders. Scarecrow, why beggar is called scarecrow? You must have seen the scarecrow in the fields to take care of the crops so that animals or birds are afraid of it and they don't spoil the crops, don't eat there. And this beggar also looked like a very scary figure. He shrugged his shoulders as if in perplexity. Perplexity means confusion. He is confused at what he has to do, and obviously he was not at all interested, and went irresolutely. Irresolutely means without any wish of doing work. Means he went there without any desire. After the cook, he started following the cook. It was obvious from his gait. It was obvious from his gait. Gait means walking manner. So the way he was walking, it clearly showed that he was not ready to do the work. Means it was clear from his walking manner that he had not consented to go. He had not given his consent that yes, I want to do the work and chop wood, because he was hungry and wanted work. He was not here, he was not ready to do the work because he was hungry or he wanted work. It's not like that. He did the work. He went behind the cook to do the work because simply from pride and shame, and because he had been trapped by his own words. He was going behind the cook to see the work, to do the work, just because he had been trapped in his words, because he had told Sergei that yes, he wanted to do the work, but nobody was giving him work. So now he was caught in his own words. It was obvious too that his strength had been undermined by vodka, and that he was unhealthy and did not feel the slightest means even small part, no, as inclination for toil. Inclination means interest. Toil means hard work. It was obvious, it was clear. Obvious means clear. It was clear that his strength, means whatever his strength his body used to have, was totally finished by what? Vodka, alcohol. Because he was in the habit of consuming lot of alcohol, so that's why his strength was finished, and he was unhealthy also, and that's why he also did not have even a small feeling, means not even bit of feeling he had to do any kind of hard work. Inclination, interest, he didn't have any interest for hard work. Sergei hurried into the dining room. From its windows, one could see the woodshed and everything that went on in the yard. Now, Sergei went into the dining room, and through the window, he started looking in the woodshed to, to see what this man was actually going to do in the woodshed. So, Sergei started looking in the woodshed what the man was doing. Standing at the window, Sergei saw the cook and the beggar come out into the yard by the back door and make their way across the dirty snow to the shed. Now he saw that through the snow they were making the way to what? To the woodshed, where actually beggar had to do the work. Both entered there. Who entered? Cook and beggar. Now, Olga glared. Olga stared, you can say. She was looking at the beggar wrathfully. Wrathfully means hatefully. She was looking at him with hatred, at beggar, at her companion. Shoved him aside with her elbow. Shoved means to push him away, because she didn't want the beggar to stay close to him. She pushed aside the beggar with her elbow. Then she unlocked the shed and angrily banged the door. She closed the door with anger. That's why door produced a noise which is called bang. So she closed the door with a bang because she was very angry. Angry. You can see the image. Beggar is there. Sergei is there. Olga is there. Now you can see what happened. Let's see. Next, he saw the pseudo teacher. Pseudo means fake, false teacher. Because beggar had said that I was a teacher once. So this fake teacher seat himself on a log and become lost in thought with his red cheeks resting on his fists. Means he made the fist of his hands, means closed the fingers, and then he started resting on a piece of wood that is called log, and he got lost in his thoughts. Now the woman got angry. The woman flung down an axe at his feet. Axe is actually a tool which you can see in this picture also, which she is holding. This is called axe. Now she got angry that whether we have called this man to do the rest. She flew, means she threw the axe near his feet, spat angrily. You very well know what is the meaning of spit. When you feel hatred, when you feel smell, then if somebody spit means, from the mouth, you just throw out the your spit, and you are feeling very angry, or feeling very so much disgust, and judging from the expression of her lips began to scold him. Now it was quite clear that Olga is scolding, or is going to scold the beggar for for sitting so idle. The beggar irresolutely pulled a billet of wood towards him. Now, what did the beggar do? Without any desire, he pulled a billet, means a piece of wood, towards him, set it up between his feet. He set that piece of wood between his legs and tapped feebly, means he put that wood under his feet, and starting hitting at the wood with a very low hit. He was not, and you know very well, if you want to cut the wood, then you have to hit it hard. He was not hitting the axe on the wood very in a hard manner. He was doing it very weakly and with a very less force. So he was doing it very feebly, very weakly. The billet wavered and fell down. And obviously, when he was not doing his work properly, then he won't be able to cut the wood. Wavered means sway back, means it fell down at a side. So it swayed away and it fell on a side because he was not able to cut it. The beggar again pulled it to him. Then again he took it, blew on his freezing hands, then he tried to warm up his hands and tapped it with his axe consciously. Consciously means very carefully, as if afraid of hitting his overshoe or cutting off his finger. When he started hitting at the log once again, he was very careful that it did not hit his overshoe, the shoes, his feet. And he also does not, cut off his finger. He was very careful in cutting the wood. The stick of wood fell again on the or to the ground. And obviously in this way he it means this paragraph shows that he didn't know how to cut the wood, how to cut a log, because log once again fell aside, and he was not able to cut it properly. Now you could see in this paragraph that he was not able to cut the wood because he didn't know how to do the work. So, as he was not ready to do the work, that made Olga more angry. Now, what happened? Sergei's anger had vanished, means removed, and he now began to feel a little sorry and ashamed of himself for having set a spoiled, drunken, perhaps sick man to work at menial labor in the cold. Now, Sergei was actually, we have read in the beginning that he was angry, but when he saw that the beggar was struggling with the work, he was not able to do the work. Now he started feeling sorry for this man, and he started feeling that why he has forced this spoiled. Why he is spoiled? Because he is not in the habit of doing the hard work, drunken, or and maybe he is sick also. Why he is asking, this man to do a menial means a work which is done by servant. Why he has given this servant work in the cold, as it is very cold outside. An hour later Olga came in and announced that the wood had all been chopped. Good, give him half a ruble. This is currency. Half a ruble, said Sergei. If he wants to, he can come back and cut wood on the first day of each month. Tell him that he can come here every month on very first day. We can always find work for him and then we will pay him. On the first of the half, the waif made his appearance. Now, you can see next month on the first date, this waif means, you can say, a kind of, usually we use word waif for a child who is homeless. But here the man is homeless. This homeless man once again came on first and again got half a ruble, actually earned it by doing some hard work. Although he could barely stand on his legs, he was not able to stand on his legs, still he did the work and got the money. From that day on, he often appeared in the yard, and every time work was found for him. Now he would shovel snow. Sometimes not only the work of cutting wood, he used to shovel snow. You must have seen that where there is snowfall, people have to use a tool. Shovel is a tool which has you can see an iron like structure in the beginning, and he used to clear the snow from the way with the help of shovel. Now put the woodshed in order, then he would arrange the wood. Now beat the dust out of the rugs, means quilts or other carpets. He would dust out. He would, do the dusting of these things and mattresses. Every time he received from 20 to 40 kopecks, and once even a pair of old trousers were sent out to him. So Sergei used to give him money and sometimes clothes also. When Sergei moved into another house, he hired him to help in packing and hauling of the furniture. Hauling means pulling. Now, Sergei had to go to some other place. Now, at the time of shifting, Lashkov helped him, you can say that he worked for him in doing packing and pulling the furniture for transporting. This time, the waif means this homeless person, was sober. Sober, what is the meaning of sober? Means not drunk as usual he used to be. Now, today he was sober, he was not drunk. Gloomy. Gloomy means sad and then silent. This time, this person was sober, gloomy, and silent. He hardly touched the furniture and walked behind the wagons. Wagons means those vehicles where the things were being loaded. Hanging his head means his head was down, not even making a pretense of appearing busy. He was not pretending, he was not trying to look that he was busy. He only shivered in the cold. He was shivering due to cold and became embarrassed. He was feeling ashamed. Why he was feeling ashamed? When the carters are the people who were carrying, who were loading the things of Sergei, jeered at him. Jeered means making fun of. Now, when the people who were carters making fun of this man, Lashkov, as he was shivering, as he was looking weak, he felt ashamed for his idleness. Other people were, why they were laughing, why they were taunting him, why they were making fun of him? Because he looked idle. Idle means not doing any work, not doing any activity also. He was not doing anything, so the people were laughing at him. His feebleness means his weakness. He looked so weak. And also they were laughing, they were making fun of his tattered means torn fancy overcoat. After the moving was over, Sergei sent for him. When the moving was done properly, now Sergei called him so that he could talk to him. And then what happened? Well, I'm happy that my words have taken effect. Now, Sergei said that I am happy that you followed my words. And handing him a ruble, he gave him some rupees. Here is for your pains. This is all for your efforts. I see you are sober. I can see that you are not even drunk and have no objection to work. And I have noticed that you didn't show any objection in doing work. Now, today he asked him, what is your name? Lushkov. Well, Lushkov, I can now offer you some other, cleaner employment. Can you write? Do you know how to write so that I can give you a kind of promotion? I will give you some another other work which is not a labor work. I can. Then take this letter to a friend of mine tomorrow, and you will be given some copying to do. Work hard, don't drink, and remember what I have said you. Goodbye. Now you can see that he gave him a letter written to some friend that please give him some work. So take this letter to my friend and he will give you the work of copying. Copying means to copy some notes, to copy something in notebook or papers. So he will give you some clean work. So work hard, don't drink, and I am leaving now. Okay, then what happened? You can see the separation of Lashkov and Sergei here. Pleased that having put a man on right path, Sergei tapped Lashkov kindly on his shoulder and even gave him his hand at parting. Parting means separation. Now Lashkov is being parted away from Sergei. Sergei is feeling very happy. He thinks that he has done something very good for a person who was a beggar. Lashkov took the letter. Now Lashkov took that letter, remember, which is given to him by Sergei, a kind of reference to be given to the friend. And from that day forth came no more to the yard for work. Obviously, he never came that yard for work. 2 years went by. Then one evening, as Sergei was standing at the ticket window of a theater paying for his seat. One day, Sergei went to a theater and he was in the line in the row of for buying the ticket. He noticed a little man beside him with a coat collar of curly fur and a worn sealskin cap, right? He was wearing these kinds of clothes, like a curly fur was there, a coat collar, and then he was wearing a sealskin cap. The little individual timidly means very weakly, asked the ticket seller for a seat in the gallery and paid for it in the copper coins. He gave copper coins and bought a ticket. Lushkov, is that you? Cried Sergei, recognizing in the little man his former wood chopper. Now Sergei recognized him that this was the same wood chopper whom he gave the work. How are you? What are you doing? How is everything with you? All right, I am a notary now. Now I have got a job of notary, obviously, who makes some notes and do the work in the court. And I am paid 35 rubles a month. Thank heaven, thank God. That's fine. I am delighted for your sake. I am happy for you. I am very, very glad, Lashkov. I am very happy for you. You see, you are my godson in a sense. You are actually a godson, means you are godson. I gave you a push, means I just help you a little along the right path, means to go on the right path. And do you remember what a roasting I gave you? Means how I scolded, how I gave you hard work to do. Ah, I nearly had you sinking into the ground at my feet that day. I insulted you and I almost put you on your knees in front of me. I put you on the ground. Thank you, old man, for not forgetting my words. And I am thankful to you that you followed my words, and you have become something. Thank you too, said Lashkov. If I hadn't come to you, then I might still have been calling myself a teacher or a student this day. If you, I haven't met you, said Lashkov, that today again I would have been a beggar only. Yes, by flying to your protection, I dragged myself out of a pit. I am able to save myself because I pushed myself behind you, your protection. I am glad indeed. Clearly, actually, I am very happy. Thank you for your kind words and deeds, means work. I am very grateful to you and to your cook, Olga. God bless that good and noble woman. You spoke finely then, and I shall be indebted to you to my dying day. Means till I die, I will be grateful to you. I would be indebted to you, grateful to you for doing all that what you did for me. But strictly speaking, it was your cook Olga who saved me. But I want to say I was saved by your cook Olga. She had, you know, transformed me. She had changed me. How is that? Sergei asked. When I used to come to your house to chop wood, she used to begin, "Oh, you sot." Sot means a spoiled man. "Oh, you sot, miserable creature." Whenever I came to your house to chop the wood, she used to scold me a lot. Sot means a stupid person. She used to call me a stupid person. And then he said that she is the lady who, whenever I came to your house, she used to scold me a lot. And there is nothing for you but ruin. She always said that you are very bad, you are spoiled, you are miserable creature. And then she would sit down opposite me and grow sad. And then she used to feel sad, look into my face and weep. And then that lady used to cry, "Oh, you unlucky man, there is no pleasure for you in this world, and there will be none in the world to come. You drunkard, you will be burned in hell. Oh, you unhappy one." And then she used to have pity on me. And so she would carry on. In the strain. She would keep on cursing me in the beginning, but later on she would feel sorry for me. And she was very kind lady.